product, please? Do you have more?
Do you have more?
Food and water, a few weapons.
Ready?
Hello, what's up? My name is Eling, and today we are packing for our trip to Asia. During this time, we are going to be visiting my extended family in Malaysia for the Chinese New Year. And then on the second half of our trip, we are going to Japan. Now, this mixing of climates makes it very difficult for us to pack for this trip because we will be in a warm climate in Malaysia, somewhere around the 80 to 90 degrees, and then a cold climate in Japan, somewhere between 30 and 50 degrees. So I think this is going to be one of my hardest packing adventures yet. So usually on these trips, I typically use my Manos carry-on. It's this very pretty luggage, and it's usually perfectly sized for the trips we do. And so I use this luggage as my carry-on, and I typically bring this backpack that I've ordered off Amazon as my personal item. I really like this backpack because it opens clamshell, and then there's a lot of additional pockets that you can use to make sure that you fit everything. We're flying on 3 different airlines for this whole trip. We're flying Qatar Airways to Malaysia, and then we're flying British Airways between Malaysia and Japan. And then we are finally flying Canada Airways between Japan and returning back to the USA. So unfortunately, Qatar Airways has made this packing even more difficult. Qatar Airways, between all 3 of the airlines that we're flying, has the most restrictive carry-on allowances. They have the smallest allowable carry-on bag, and they don't even really give you a personal item. So my Manos bag is too large for their allowable dimensions. Not to mention, it's pretty heavy. Qatar Airways also limits all of your carry-on luggage to 15 pounds. So since I am a very anxious traveler and I like to follow all the rules, we are going to have to change up how we usually pack for this trip. Unfortunately, my Amazon bag is too small for me to feel comfortable enough that I'm carrying enough stuff on me in case they lose my checked luggage. So since I need something a little bit bigger than my Amazon backpack to act as my personal item on the way there, I'm going to be using my Cotopaxi 28-liter Alpa pack. So my plan for this trip is to head to Asia with this Cotopaxi backpack as my carry-on for Qatar Airways, and then I will be using my Manos luggage as my checked bag. And then if we do end up purchasing more souvenirs in Malaysia or Japan, we are just planning to buy an additional piece of luggage for us to bring those souvenirs back in. So that's enough talking. Let's get packing. So I'll pack my carry-on first. My aim is to put anything essential that I need access to on the flight into this bag. And then I will likely be packing any additional clothing, especially the winter clothes for Japan, in my Manos bag. So if you've ever traveled with me, you may have seen that I always carry around this travel bag. This is my toiletry bag. It's actually quite large, a lot larger than the 1-quart liquid bag that a lot of people use. But I just use a lot of toiletries. So I carry this with every trip. It's catered to exactly what I need. Typically, I'll put my feminine products and any miscellaneous things at the top. In this pocket, I have flossers, nail clippers, any of those small items. And then in this bottom pocket is where I keep my liquids bag, which is always the same items in this clear liquid bag that I take. And then there's also some soap and wet wipes in this bag as well. So again, this is always very handy because I can just grab it and go whenever we're traveling. It lets me be able to know that I have all my toiletry items without having to individually pack the things for every trip. So in general, I like to think of myself as a pretty light packer. Maybe I'm just lucky that I'm small, so all my clothes are small. But this trip, again, is going to be pretty difficult because we have 2 different climates that we have to account for. I think we're going to be doing a lot of laundry while we're there, so I really am trying to pack the bare essentials when it comes to clothing. You can see, guys, that this is like very minimal space, so I can definitely pack a lot more if I needed to. I think I will pack these 3 different shorts. We will be going to a lot of Chinese New Year celebrations while we're in Malaysia, so I'm going to pack this red slip dress. It'll be very appropriate color for the festivities. And then finally, I will pack 2 t-shirts and a pair of shorts. And honestly, that's probably the clothes for Malaysia. We'll have 4 short sleeve nicer shirts, 3 pairs of shorts, 2 t-shirts, and some pajama shorts, and then a dress. So I'm going to pack all these clothes into this smaller packing cube.
Clocking in at 7.53 kilograms.
Oh no, I thought I packed light.
Light, huh?
Guess we gotta go back to the drawing board on how to fill this thing. Thought I packed light, but I think the laptop got the best of me. I also think my toiletries take up a lot of weight. All right, so I fear the problem is going to be that my 2 combined bags for Qatar Airways are not going to be under the 15-pound limit. So I have my carry-on bag, and then in my purse, which they said is allowed, I'll have my glasses case, this little Coach wristlet that will have our passports and any money that we need. I also have this pack that has hand sanitizer, tissues, a pen, moisturizer for the long flight. And then I'll also have my Kindle as well, and my phone and portable charger, stuff like that. So I guess let's do the weighing test again to see if everything will be under 15 pounds. Round 2. Welcome to the biggest losers of luggage.
Drum roll, please. 16.5 pounds.
Oh, so that purse is gonna kill me, man. Even without the laptop at 7.43, my toiletries must just be very heavy. I guess I'm gonna have to get rid of the toiletries. This bag is literally gonna have nothing in it at this rate. Like, I think I might just have to bring the black bag. Wow, my toiletries are really heavy. So I have spent basically the whole morning trying to pack, and I realize I have severely underestimated how little 7 kilos or 15 pounds is to actually fit on a carry-on. It's not even full. Like, who travels without a full bag? So I've adjusted the bag that I'm using. I'm using my black backpack now since the Cotopaxi bag was pretty empty. So for more of the comfort, me just knowing that it's reliable and I've used it for a lot of trips, I'm switching to the black bag. So if you guys look at my setup, my black backpack will be my carry-on bag, and then my black Coach bag will be my personal item. Again, I've mentioned before, I love this bag because of the pockets on the front. So in this pocket, I have my vitamins kit as well as any emergency food or snacks that I might want. In this pocket, I have my portable charger as well as my wall charger. And then on the inside, I have some face masks, my Kindle. I have a small packing cube of some clothes, mostly underwear, and a couple of shirts and pants in case something happens to my checked luggage. I have a neck pillow. This is the ostrich pillow. I had seen good reviews online, but it's been a really long time since I've taken an international flight. So this will be the first time that I'm trying this neck pillow. I hope it works during the flight. And then finally, I have a little pouch with some of my essential items like my face mask, my retainer, just things that I wouldn't really want to lose with my checked luggage if something happened to it. And there we go. That's everything that I plan to take on the plane with me. Now let's pack our checked bag. All right, so this bag is a little bit more disorganized because I had to end up mixing my summer clothes with my winter clothes just so I could fit everything within the weight allowances of each bag. So in this packing cube, I have the rest of my summer clothes from Malaysia, as well as my pants and trousers for Japan. And then on this top half, I have all of my shirts for the winter season in Japan, as well as my workout clothes. On this side, I tried to leave a little bit more flexibility, just in case we have any souvenirs we want to bring back. All I have on this side is my toiletries. I have a pair of sandals for if we go out to any sort of nicer dinner, a hat, my fanny pack in case I don't want to carry around the Coach purse, The rest of my toiletries as well as my tech organizer is in this packing cube. And then I have this tote that I can use as a laundry bag for any of my dirty clothes when we're in Asia. And I also have the blue pullover as well. Okay guys, so this is the moment of truth. I am going to try to weigh both my bags to make sure that my carry-on and personal item are less than the 7 kilogram or 15-pound limit. And then I'm going to weigh my checked luggage to make sure it's under the 50-pound limit. So first I'll be weighing my carry-on. It says 6.95 kilograms, so I'm right under the 7 kilogram limit. If they need me to move anything, I'll be able to easily shift stuff between my checked bag. Okay, so now we're going to check my checked bag. This one, I feel like it has to be under 50 pounds, like there's no way that this thing is 50 pounds. Oh yeah, it says it's only 25 pounds, guys. We definitely don't have anything to worry about the checked luggage. All right, guys, well, this is the setup. It's basically the same things that I take on almost every other trip. This will be the first time that I use a handbag as my, I guess, personal item. Typically, I just wear my fanny pack. But this handbag is a pretty good size and it allows me to fit a lot more things in it. For example, if during the flight I want to slip my Kindle into it or a water bottle into it, it will easily fit within the space of this bag versus a fanny pack would be a little bit more cramped. I'm kind of amazed that I'm using the same luggage setup for a 3-week trip that I would sometimes take on a 1-week trip. So it really goes to show if you're efficient with packing and you just kind of accept that you have to do laundry during the trip, you can really fit a lot in just a suitcase and a backpack. It has been at least over 10 years since I've been to Malaysia, so I'm really excited to see my family. And honestly, like spending the Chinese New Year in Asia just sounds pretty bomb. And then Japan is just kind of like the vacation hotspot lately, so I'm really excited to go to a place that I haven't been before. I've never taken more than a week off of work, so taking 3 weeks off of work is definitely something that I didn't think I would have the opportunity to do. I really don't want to have to worry about my clothes and luggage, so that's why we're trying to travel as minimally as possible. And I do plan to vlog on this trip. So if you guys are interested in seeing what we're up to in Malaysia and Japan, please hit subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.